Did I flip you backwards?
Hi, everybody.
Hi, everybody.
Here we are, days later.
And in the same clothes.
Yes. But don't tell anybody.
Our budget is low.
Yeah.
On this show.
Okay, you guys. Very cool message that, and I don't even know when you got this message, but all I know is when you texted it to me, I thought, wow, that was a really good message.
I thought so too.
Yeah. So do you want to tell them
You
what
wrote
it
it
was?
down.
Okay. The message you got was that knowledge without kindness is a dangerous thing. And that is really true. You know, the first thing I thought of, well, there's different things, but one of the things that I thought of was, you know, recently how we've been talking about the difference between light entities, light soul entities, and lost light entities, is that lost light want to have power over others, and light entities, want to empower others.
I mean, we have our quirks, we have issues, we have challenges. We'll always have challenges, but it doesn't mean that if somebody does something bad to you, they're dark. Right. Or they're a lost light soul. It does not mean that.
Yeah, no.
And I don't mean dark skin, I mean dark soul.
We're talking about, yeah, exactly. But, you know, a really good example of that, I was thinking about, is the immigrants, the situation that's going on with the immigrants. There's been, God, you guys, so much judgment and hate. Just about, I mean, come on. I mean,
and nice people that are saying it.
There are so many of us, like all of us, except for the Native American people.
We're all immigrants.
We are all immigrants.
And I guess it doesn't matter now because we're here, and people don't care because they got their chance at life.
Right.
But now that they're here, they don't want other people to have a chance at life.
I know.
I don't know if that's fair.
Yeah.
But life isn't fair. I know that. But you can be kind.
Exactly. You know, I wanted to say too that one of the things that I've been doing to help pay the bills for a while now, a few years, has been waiting on tables. And I really wanted to share that I have had the nicest people, and so generous, have been Hispanic, like, couples that they look like they are farm workers, and I can tell they don't have a lot of money. And I just had a couple, they just tipped me $15 yesterday.
That's amazing.
They were so
not everyone's
sweet.
bad.
I mean, they barely spoke English, and they were just so sweet, and they looked like they were field workers. But I felt like, you know, a lot of these people lately, they've been so kind and so generous, because I feel like they can relate to a hard-working job.
Yeah.
And they just have a lot of compassion because that's what they've been living in, you know, a situation where, I mean, they certainly appreciate it when you're kind to them.
Yeah, Mexican culture, they're very giving. They want you to come in and eat, and, you know, you don't leave the house without food on your hands to take home.
Yes,
kind of thing.
That is for sure.
Yeah.
And it's not about the money.
No.
I'm just saying they are so kind.
Yeah.
You know, and I've noticed, you know.
And you've had high-class professionals go in there and stiff you.
It's true. I had a large table that was like that, and they totally stiffed me. And then the following week, I had a large table of Hispanic women with their babies and a couple of their moms, and they were so generous. And I mean, they weren't wealthy, but they were just so nice. And it's like, I just felt like they really appreciated how nice I was to them, and they were trying to, because they appreciate the kindness that when they're giving compassion.
And we're not saying that high-priced professionals are not kind.
No, of course not.
It just happened to be that group.
I just wanted to stick up for immigrants.
There you go.
Because another thing too that I think really past life knowledge really does help us to learn the golden keys of knowledge.
Exactly.
Because a lot of us, whether we know what our past lives are or not, we realize that we've been in a situation where these people
all
are.
nationalities.
Exactly. Like last life together that Vera and I had was at the turn of the century. We were immigrants from Italy.
Mm-hmm.
We were Italian immigrants. And we were children, but we went through a lot of prejudice.
Mm-hmm.
And so we can really relate. It's like there's in this country, there's been that extreme prejudice, whether it's the Irish or the Chinese or the Japanese or the Italian or whatever. So it's like, it's been there, but
it's more prevalent now because you're having permission to hate in
That
public.
is very true. But you know, another.
And maybe it's hate is too big of a word, but not as compassionate.
Right.
Yeah.
But you know, one of the things that really puts me in touch with it too, I feel like all of us are, it's like we're immigrants into this world.
Whoa.
I mean,
McFly.
We're not from here. We are just passing through. And this is, our true home is on the other side. This is not where we're really from. So it's like, it's interesting, isn't it? We really are just here to learn lessons. And it's like, it just feels so good to do our best, to focus on having compassion. Because it makes me feel like, okay, that's what we're here to do. And then when we go home the other side, we're not going, God, why couldn't I have been a little bit more
understanding or whatever.
Understanding, you know. And we do the best we can. But I just wanted to just give that, I don't know, that acknowledgement for compassion for each other.
I don't know where this they get more than we do kind of situation. I don't understand it, but you know, why don't we embrace people to come in and have the same opportunities that our ancestors had? Yes. Your ancestors had the same opportunities. Now it's like, oh no, we're here, so everybody out.
You know, I saw this young woman on that show called What Would You Do? Where they stage something to happen that's not true, but they stage it. And they find out what regular people like you and I would do in this situation.
I love that show.
And there was this young woman, I'm not sure if she was Hispanic or not, but it's not about the Hispanic thing. It's just that it was this young woman in line at a grocery store. And they staged it to
and she was not Caucasian.
I don't think so, but it was just...
It doesn't matter.
It was just her personality.
Right.
I just was... I thought she was awesome. Because she let this person, who was actually an actor, cut in line because he wanted to go first. She let him in, or a woman in, whatever. And then all of a sudden the buzzers went off. And they won like $1 million.
Oh.
And this girl
can you imagine?
was like...
So
she
happy.
was smiling. She was genuinely... She goes... That's great. She was so happy. And I thought, wow, look at this wonderful young person that is amazing. And it's like that. I mean, she just this random girl and her compassion. And I thought, man, that's cool.
That's cool.
Yeah, it was cool. Because it was
and
like...
it'll come back to her.
Yeah, exactly. I love that energy. Because you're always talking about that energy is giving out. It comes back. It really is that boomerang effect.
Because, you know, I do that all the time in the grocery store. And how would I act if that happened? You know, you think about that. It's like, how would I act? Like,
well,
you know,
I have to tell you,
amazing.
there was this other couple, they did it too. And it was this older couple. And the person wanted to go in, and they went in, and they won. And the lady was, and the husband was like, oh, I'll never hear the end of this. Because he let the person
He let them go. Oh, that's funny.
I mean, it's okay. You know, she maybe was having a grumpy day. But it was just so neat because it was a wonderful reminder of no matter what our situation is, if we have that joy for others.
Then, comes back tenfold.
Yeah,
it
we'll still be happy. You know, maybe our financial situation didn't change for the day, but it's like we just have that joy inside ourselves to still have that, and it just goes out. The energy is out, goes out, and people around us, and it just comes right back.
How did the people act that was upset when they told them that it was fake? Because sometimes they do want to talk, and sometimes they don't. Do you remember?
She was like kind of laughing off and kind of like she was almost relieved, kind of, and the guy was very like, oh my god. Yeah.
Oh my
It was
gosh,
funny.
that's
But
funny.
anyway, so we just wanted to share that message.
Kindness goes a long way. I mean, it doesn't take a lot.
It does, it does it. Exactly. It really, really does it. And
it makes you feel good too.
yes.
You know, when you're kind to people and
it's
not about
I have to say, it makes, for me personally, it makes me feel even better because I feel like I wasn't selfish in a situation. Because if I am selfish in a situation, then I feel kind of ashamed about it. Like, oh man, I wish I would have handled that a little bit better.
Yeah.
So, but that's how we learn.
We do.
And that's how we start to carve those golden keys of knowledge that the angels give us. And so that's,
Now everybody's gonna go, what are golden keys?
Well, golden keys are knowledge, are virtues that we gain through the lessons that we go through, and that could be through several situations through our life where we're learning compassion, like what we were just explaining about. And I wanted to show you really quick. This is one interpretation of an angel. This is the angel of compassion, and she's an angel that inspires you with just exactly what Vera and I were just talking about, of infusion of that joy and givingness.
Yeah.
And then we are filled with it from the inside out, because what we gain from it is far more lasting than that moment that we could have had.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And that's how we gain those golden keys of virtues, and like that young woman that was in the brochure.
Yeah.
So we just wanted to share that message with you guys.
And who are really compassionate? Children.
Oh,
If you see them interact with each
they're
other,
so cute.
Oh my gosh.
Somebody's hurt. Their little friend is hurting to go over and kiss them, or
it's
whatever.
adorable.
So cute.
That's what we need to be. That's what Jesus meant.
Because they're
To
so
be more childlike.
Yes, because they're so fresh from
The other side.
the other side, so they know what's going on.
That's right. That's right.
So thank you for joining us today.
I asked Amelia one time.
And Amelia is she's a little over a year and a half old.
Yeah. I asked her once, because when they're that young, they can remember stuff, but I've never asked them that young. And I looked at her one day and I go, do you remember stuff from the other side? She looked over at me and she went, ha! And kept
Really?
So I don't know what that meant, but yeah.
God, if only we could read their bubble.
I know, she does that a lot. Here, she'll take my glasses off and then she'll go, ha! Put them back on. So who knows what that meant.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's cute.
But I thought that was so cute.
Your
I
baby-
can't wait to start talking to her about her.
Yeah, I can't wait to hear.
Because I did that with my
Cool.
niece Haley when she was a baby too. I would ask her questions and yeah, it was cool. And her mom said that she said stuff, so that was really cool too.
That's neat.
Yeah. And it's
That-
nice when you have
oh.
somebody to nurture that and
We
not
sh-
just say, oh, it's your imagination.
We should do a video on that.
Yeah.
For children. Let's
that
do
would be
one. We'll
awesome.
do one
I
of those.
love doing that.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Yeah.
We love you guys. Have a great rest of the week, and we shall see you
999.
on Saturday.
There we go.
Bye.